And here we are for another episode of Lisa Ann's Backstage Convos, right upstairs at the lovely Sapphire 39, where I watch every Thursday night football game with all of you. There's so many things going on at every Sapphire location, and we get the best of the best that visit to feature dance and spend time with all of you in the city. And we've got one here today, the one and only who I've known forever, Natalia Starr. How are you today?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Natalia, we've done interviews remotely for the past couple of years, and I haven't gotten to give you a hug, and it felt so good today.
Virtual hugs only.
Yeah, that was, it only lasts so long. And now, the last time I spoke with you was a virtual interview for my podcast, and we talked about you kind of getting back in the swing of things. Back from the jump, how many years have you been involved in the industry? Whether you've been shooting or featuring doesn't matter, but how many years now?
Well, time flies so fast. It's so crazy. I started 10 years ago. So it was basically my 10-year anniversary at AVN, this past AVN. And I went just to celebrate and walk around. I didn't get a booth, but it was so nice to see everyone. But I was like, I don't know anyone here. Who are these people? All the fresh faces. And I'm like, oh, it's like
10 years is a long time. When I was on my way over here, I pulled up when I had shot you.
Yes, I was just thinking about that scene.
That was such in Lisa Ann's School of MILF. And it was such a super hot scene because I remember asking you, remember the locker room look? Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that, how beautiful that is.
Oh my God.
And I remember asking you, who do you really want to work with? And you said Johnny Sins. And I said, well, I mean, nothing could suit a gym better. And it was incredible having you on set and getting to know you. But time does fly. 10 years. You've seen and done so many things. And now you found that you really have always enjoyed dancing and you're back feature dancing.
Yeah, I just really miss interacting with my fans. And when I am on stage, I just feel so happy. I feel like all the energy's on me and everyone's in the room staring at you, throwing money. It's just such a great feeling.
It's a rush.
It's
it's a rush, yeah.
I really enjoy it so much. So, and I'm really excited to see all my fans. That's the only thing.
It's funny because we've had so many options now and ways to communicate, but I think there's some of us that really do still like the in-person interactions. I get it going to Exoticas and coming to the club to sit for the games. You get it when you're feature dancing. The internet really held us down, but for some of us, we need that oh, I get to see you and give you a hug feeling.
Yeah, I think a lot of my fans they come all the time. All the New York fans, they're really loyal. So it's it's going to be really nice. It's like seeing a family member.
It's a reunion.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite thing so far in these past 10 years that you've walked into this space and created your brand as Natalia Starr? 2 R's, everybody. Don't forget it. We'll make sure you have the right social media.
But
what's really been your favorite?
Well, I really explored my sexuality before. I was very timid, very shy. So before I completely opened up and blossomed into the human I am. I really love because I didn't even know how my body parts worked, and I was just really learning a lot from all the people in the industry, the guys and the girls. As my first girl experience was on a set with Brett Rossi.
Oh,
and
I love Brett.
She's so amazing.
And she's so beautiful.
She literally
she's
taught
so
me
sweet.
what to do.
Oh.
But then I realized, I'm oh my God, I love women. And it just opened up the gateways to heaven, because I just became such a big slut afterwards. I'm just you get an orgasm, we all get orgasms, orgy here, orgy there. Why not?
It's a safe place to do it. Everybody's tested, and that you've had these consent conversations before your scenes, and then it carries out into your personal life. So do you find yourself easier to pounce now when you do see someone that you're attracted to?
Well, right now I'm shooting steady with this one guy, and we have such a good connection, and I just feels fresh every time. It feels
so you guys shoot for your OnlyFans?
Yeah,
and you regularly
online BF.
You're what?
An online BF boyfriend dick.
OnlyFans boyfriend that's shooting all your content with you. This is me, and it keeps you
This
safe.
is a golden.
You feel comfortable because you're safe. You're just working with one partner. Your fans love it because they get to know him as well. Okay, and so you're still able to continue this learning and growing.
Yeah, and I get to show the people now. Like I get to show people how to like get in tune with their body, how to like give yourself self-love, and it's okay to like pleasure yourself. We don't always need like to watch porn. It's okay to even just like give yourself the time and space to come without like all these distractions. And
Yeah, fantasize in your own mind. Use the power of your mind.
bank.
Yeah, spank bank, the best of reel. That's always going.
That's when I masturbate. I sometimes go back to the scenes that I
certain
really
scenes.
enjoyed.
Yeah. There's moments for sure where you're like, okay, it's going to be hard for me to ever erase that beautiful memory. Not that I would want to. So as you're back out on the road and here you are at Sapphire, you do the Sapphire clubs every couple of months. What are you doing when you're not on screen on your OnlyFans or planning to go on the road?
I really love being in nature. So I love to go hiking. I live in Vegas. So it's like the hub. It has Arizona, it has Utah, like pretty close to each other. I mean, they're touching the states, but like 2 hour drive, and I have like the most beautiful thing. Last April, me, my friend Alexis Fox, and Rocky, we went on a hike to an Indian reservation. It took us 10 miles to walk. We had to hike 10 miles. It was like the most like treacherous. I'm like walking, don't complain. But like it was just so beautiful. And once we got there, like it felt like a different world. Like the waters was perfectly blue. The waterfalls were like 100 feet. It was like 3 different ones. It was just so magical. And then I took some really hot pictures in nature. We like snuck around when there was no one there, and we just got there like goddess shit. Like it was just beautiful.
What an
And-
adventure.
yeah, and it was just like, yeah, the hike was so crazy. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I've never done anything so hard. And then there was another part of the hike where we actually walked through a mountain. They carved out a hole through it, and then
Like
they
a
had like a
cave?
ladder
Okay.
on the bottom, and like you have the waterfall spraying you from this angle, and you're like holding on, basically climbing the mountain. Don't look down.
How beautiful.
It was terrifying, but like it was beautiful. It was like I
You
was twerking on the mountain, and like because I was like waiting for everyone to go down. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait on the ladder. I'm gonna wait with a little safe spot until like the other person below me is already down. And I'm like twerking up there, making little cute content. I like my fans spoil them every time.
I love it. You made the most of just having to kill some time, but you keep pushing your limits. Like getting in the industry was you pushing your limits. Exploring nature is like my thing, but like the hiking and pushing yourself that 10 miles, then that climb. How different of a woman do you feel each time you take one of those chances and sit with your thoughts afterwards?
I feel like a wolf, like a free spirit, like I feel like so adventurous and so like bountiful and beautiful, and I just love every part of my body, and I just try to show it to like, even though like I was in my skinny phase, I'm in a little thicker phase now. I could like everyone appreciates every part of me, and there's no like disconnect. And after the hike, me and my friends, we meditated. We saw the stars. We just looked at the stars all night. It was very like life-changing. Totally. I'm trying to slow myself down, even though right now I'm like
No, I love it. You're fantastic. I love that you're doing all of these things, and you've made some good friends in the business. Alexis Fox is amazing.
Yeah, I love her.
You've made some solid friends, and she's done that hike before, so you probably weren't as afraid, right?
yeah.
But no, this is important because you're sharing that you're always willing to take a step back, and you're not just working all the time. You're actually enjoying life. You're making moments that you're going to remember forever instead of just worried about, working, social media, events, those things. It's taking
I
a
was
break.
that at one point.
We all were.
And it's just like I'm so excited that I get to have this space with OnlyFans, creating my own content. What I really want is the most like magical thing, because it's like I get to be the director, I get to be the photographer, and I get to hire my friends and talk. Like we get to just create fun stuff together.
Yeah, and you also don't have to worry about going somewhere and being on set and waiting around and doing these things. Like the freedom of really the working from home, the freedom of creating when you feel it. Like you might feel it one day and just be like, you know what, I think I want to do a live show tonight. Like I just feel like chatty or what have you, right? You have that flexibility, but then you still have the balance of seeing your fans in person. Do you plan on going to any Exoticas next year or AVN?
I actually was gonna plan on going back to XBiz because they're having one. Also AVN. I just need to figure out the logistics of it. I have to hit up Exotica, but if they say yeah, I'm definitely would go.
Yeah, because it's a nice relaxed environment, right? It's great because at Exotica you can actually talk. It's not as loud as a club. You know, everyone's there for their reason. You meet very interesting people, couples, people exploring themselves. I find that I meet more people now that are maybe it's their first Exotica, and you see how like they're looking around and everything, and you're like, oh, and the conversation is so great because you remember what it was like to be more shy, more reserved, not as bold, not as confident, and not as comfortable with your own body.
And I want to show that to other women, especially at Exotica. That'd be perfect. Like, empower yourself. It's okay to just touch yourself and embrace yourself and get orgasms and make your man give you an orgasm.
Yeah. Do you plan to shoot for other companies in the future, or are you going to keep it exclusive to your OnlyFans?
I definitely want to come back. I actually shot a scene last year that just recently got premiered for Sin Sex, and it's a new company that was provided by not XS, that's a nightclub, by X Heart, no, X Art.
Okay.
There's just so many X's in all
I
these
know.
companies.
Yeah.
So they made a new company and they asked me to do a scene, and it was super hot. It was a threesome. They had a helicopter in the background.
Wow.
And I was like the wife, and the girl was cheating, but I was like, yeah, you're cheating, but now let's cheat together. Like I wasn't like mad about it. So I definitely want to come back. That scene was really beautiful. It was like 5 minutes away from my house too, because they were shooting in Vegas.
So perfect.
I was like, this is I needed.
And then you had to wait quite some time for it to come out.
Yeah, because they were just preparing. They wanted to have like the best
all
quality.
their content ready to go up on the site, so it's not just like one thing. I get it.
So that, if you guys want to watch that, that's my most recent brand new scene.
Do you know what the scene is titled so they can search it?
It's with Alex Max.
Okay, Alex Max.
And I think it's I forgot the girl. Shit.
The company's name is
Sensex.
Sensex.
Like Sensex. Because they're also in Vegas.
Okay.
Like Sin City.
You'll be promoting it on your Twitter, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I already have. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you had to wait for that one, but that gave you the time to go back and say, I think I want to do this, but maybe you just want to be more selective and work for companies where you're doing something that glamorous and that sexy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the future performer, the future star. It's in the name.
I was just in Lake Tahoe for Thanksgiving, which is to me like my favorite place to take hikes. Have you looked around at other places in the world where you'd like to hike? Because a girlfriend of mine just did a 14-day trip to the Netherlands, and it's an organized hike where you just backpack the whole way, and they have camps set up where people come and cook, and the food's amazing. It's like loved it. So it was the greatest thing ever. And she went by herself.
Yeah, I always wanted to go backpacking, but like I'm too scared to do it with my own, like just book all the stuff. But I wouldn't mind doing it like in a group activity like that.
A group activity would be the best. You're meeting other people that are like-minded because they love that you love to hike. When you're in the city, do you hike in Central Park?
I walk around. I sometimes get the bike.
City bike's the best.
They're so easy.
It's so easy. It's so
and
fun
now they have
too.
The electric ones.
Yeah. Oh, those are great too, especially on that back hill in Central Park where there's like that slow incline. That shit kills you. I see more people walking their bike on that incline. But it's just our palace of nature inside the city. But walking is walking.
It's so beautiful.
So the people watching walking, please tell me that while you are here, you are going to go and see the tree at Rockefeller Center.
I am. I drove by it. Oh, I forgot that it's here.
They lit it last night.
I have a story about that. When this is before porn, I used to date a Marine. I actually went to the tree lighting ceremony with him, and I was on the ice. This was like years ago.
How amazing.
And I was like, this is the most New York thing I've ever done.
And by the way, once you do it like that, you're never going to be able to go and wait with a bunch of people and watch it. It's never going to be that good. You really did it right the very first time. But yeah, you have to visit it.
I have like pictures of me when I was little with my parents there. Like that's actually, when I moved to America, we moved during, I think, Christmas time. So it was just like coming here, like from Poland, from rural cows and chickens, and
How
to
old
like
were you?
lights and city. I was 6,
And-
6 going on 7.
And you remember a lot of it.
Oh, it's like blurry, but like I do remember a lot of the like the newness of it.
Sure.
I remember my teachers. And I remember I used to like, I was really skinny, and I remember that I used to just try to poke my ass out because all the Latino girls were like always like having the biggest ass. I was so insecure about being skinny. And there's like the opposite. Everyone's always like it's insecure about being thick. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be this. And then it was just like so funny because I remember just like going, like walking like
Did you
this.
speak English already when you moved here from Poland?
No, the kids, I didn't speak at first grade, but with the second grade, the teacher was Polish.
How much
So
did you
that
luck
was-
out? That was amazing.
the best. Like she gave me a bunch of books. She gave me like an
Aw.
extra like because I used to really like art, so she got me like a lot of art books. It was really nice. And I used to. That's when I lived in Williamsburg, and my school is like walking distance. And it's I walked back there now, and it's like completely different. It's like a city. It's
Yeah.
like before it was more like a
Rural.
Yeah,
Yeah, there'd be like
now
fields.
there's people walking.
Yeah, yeah.
and like
And the fields are now millions of homes. Like everything is house, 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 house. I mean, it's a great story for you. I mean, the fact that I'm sure pictures can jog your memory.
Yeah.
But coming to such a big city for your first time moving to the US is like next level. You know, a lot of people will go to a smaller city. You coming here and then going out to LA on your own, or did you go out to LA with your sister to get in the
yeah,
business?
we went to just vacation, and then we were like, we're not coming back to New York. This is too nice. We went to Santa Monica, and I'm like, we walked around for a day. I'm like, okay, let's look for apartments.
Really? That's how it happened.
I was like, oh, this is nice. I could see myself being here.
And then you obviously had to fund the apartment at the beach in Los Angeles, and that's why you guys started doing scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. How did you stumble upon someone to help you get in the business, or did you just go online?
No, actually, my sister, she used to be like, she was older than me. I was in high school still. She used to be like going around in New York parties, like a lot of the swinger parties,
Okay.
and a lot of the industry things over
Okay.
here. So she met someone who knew someone, and then they flew her to Miami to do the scene that you go like this
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
in the house. Like it's like the most famous.
Pull your
like,
top up. Yeah, yeah.
And then I was still in high school, and the kids were like, "Look, is this your sister? Is this your sister?" I'm like, "I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna do it." And then 6 months later, I was doing it, and I was still my Hustler cover. Like I shot it when I was still in summer school.
But you were 18.
I was 19 because
You were 19.
I had to start school later because they put me since I came and I didn't speak any English instead
Sure.
of they put me in first grade instead of second, which is like not that bad.
No,
I was
no.
always older than everyone. and
I
I'm always
love that
taller.
is so you know, Natasha was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We want to stay in LA because we love the beach and we're done with New York, which amazing. And we're gonna fund this.
No thought to
and,
it.
and no thought to it. And look where you are now. I mean, you two have been incredible risk takers. That has to be inspired by your parents that came to the US from Poland. Like a lot of that is in you to be a risk taker and to keep upping the game for your own life. But it's been fascinating for me because I met you when you were 19.
Oh yeah.
And now that I'm sitting here and I see so many, you know, features coming in, I'm like, really does. I said to Andrew, I said, it really does make me feel a little old, but at the same time, it's so fucking cool for me because I've watched you from being kind of meek and quiet. Your sister would make sure you were good. We all knew not to fuck with you because your sister. But then you really became your own identity very quickly. And now you two are the same but the opposite in so many ways, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her into the Zen, into the meditation, and she's doing it, but it's a process for sure.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. And most times siblings are complete opposites.
Right, whatever I say we should do, she's like, no, thank you. I'm no part of this.
She's not feature dancing anymore either, right?
No, she's taking her full break. I think she reactivated her Twitter, like she deleted a lot of her accounts. So I think actually she has a new one. So if you guys want to follow her new page.
What is her new page? What is Natasha's new page?
Yeah, Natalia Starr, 69.
Oh, that's simple. That's
With 2
pretty.
R's, yeah.
That's with 2 R's,
Yeah.
of course. I love that you guys are both just doing your own thing. And this is the first time you've lived so far apart from each other, too. You being
Yeah.
on the West Coast, her being back here on the East Coast. But it's good. You got your wings. You're flying. You're at the club. People can reach you. Let's go through all of your social media profiles. What is your Instagram handle?
Mine is Natalia Land X.
Land?
It's my own land. And it's like Barbie Land copied me. I was the land first.
And your Twitter?
Natalia X Starr.
And on your Twitter is all your links, so everybody can find your OnlyFans, everything else. I am so glad that I got to see you again. We'll stay even closer in touch. And that hug was amazing. Another feature. This is why you have to be looking at Sapphire's website, because you want to know what stars are coming through so you can come in, make their night, see them smile, smile back, and also Vegas. Don't forget about Vegas, because you're all going there. We all go to Vegas. How many times a year are you going to go to Vegas? Probably pretty many. So you do want to check out the Sapphire Las Vegas as well. And there's a nice little store dispensary in the same parking lot, which you'll like very much. But thank you to Natalia Starr. And thank you for watching another episode of Lisa Ann's Backstage Convos.